J Street Books and HarperAudio present High and Rising, aka the De La Soul book, by Marcus J. Moore, read by J.D. Jackson. To my mother, Dolores, my first love. Prologue. Webster Hall was packed. Some fans younger, less jaded, others a little grayer with more dust on their birth certificates. It was the 2nd of March, 2023. Dave had been gone for 2 weeks. The reality hadn't set in yet. The heartbeat of De La Soul, the big brother of alternative hip-hop, had died. Even now that's hard to fathom. I could tell it was tough for everyone else, too. Certain people you just figure will be around for a long time. It was the kind of party Dave would have liked. Everyone was there to have fun, to celebrate him and the group and rap all the old songs without the weight of music industry bullshit dimming De La's light. Surely there was sadness, but not pity, like there had been in recent years. No more poor De La. After a long and arduous fight, the guys had reacquired the rights to their music, which meant new listeners would finally get to hear what we fell in love with in the 1980s, and older ones would get to hear it in a new context. It looked like Paz and Maseo were overwhelmed, like they wanted to cry, but couldn't or wouldn't summon the tears publicly. But that's the thing about grief. It doesn't always arrive when you think it will, when others are grieving. Instead, there's this need to be strong, to make sure others are good. The grief lands privately, when no one else is looking. When you hear their favorite songs or stumble across an old photo you didn't know existed. The grief can cripple and render you helpless. It can arise through the strum of a guitar and the thud of a piano chord. These things can trigger the past, the blessed visions and the dour ones. And the only thing you can do is lean into the emotion. On the one hand, this was a celebration. When was the last time we'd seen Queen Latifah, Moni Love, Common and Prince Paul together on the same stage? On the other, it was a memorial. And that was the toughest pill to swallow. Dave was supposed to be there, reciting his verses on stakes as high or plug tuning, with a baseball hat resting lazily atop his bushy black hair. We wanted to see him front and center, grinning through gap teeth, appreciating the love billowing within the space. It would have been cool to see him rapping back and forth with Paz or with Queen and Moni. It would have been great to see him and his creative brothers count down to midnight together. To see the looks on their faces when the reality set in that their music was finally streaming and that they would finally profit as much as one could profit from streaming in 2023, from all that hard work. It took too long to get the business straight, and Dave dying around that time felt incredibly unfair. I still remember the Instagram live chat announcing it in 2021. There was Dave, in an orange Diodora brand t-shirt, staring into a screen, his face relieved and bewildered, his scraggly goatee pointed past the neck of his garment, and there were sprinkles of gray hair on his throat, on the top of his skull, and in his mustache. But it still looked like Dave, like Trugoy the Dove. He still had the same hairline, and his voice had the same lilt of years past when he chastised monetary excess and lackluster MCs. "I can't believe this," he said, shaking his head at no one in particular. Seconds later, a news screen popped up beneath his face. It was Paz, another member of De La, walking through what looked to be a backstage area. As always, his beard was manicured and his head clean.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?